What's up, guys? We're back for the season finale of The Bear, season 1, episode 8. Bajoli.
He hopes.
We had to look that one up. But yeah, this first season's coming to an end. I'm glad we're here watching this.
You're glad it's ending?
No, well, I'm glad I'm watching this episode again because I really love this episode.
Yeah, this episode is pretty fire.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Imposter alert.
Yeah. And let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to The Bear. I'm Carmen Berzado, and today we're going to be making beef brajal. My brother Mike made this for us every single Sunday.
He just said it.
You guys, this is a cute story.
He said Brajal.
My brother, who is addicted to painkillers, blew
Was that
his
the
head
meal
off
he was
on the
making
State
earlier when he
Street
was rolling up the
Bridge.
meat?
Bam! It gets better. No letter,
Why they got this?
no
like an
goodbye,
infomercial?
nothing, except he did leave me our family's restaurant in his will, which was a nice curveball considering he never let me work there with him, even though I'm pretty good at this, right? Yeah, I
Tweaking.
used to run
Watching
the best
WandaVision?
restaurant on the planet Earth. It was pretty different from my brother's shithole, which was barely hanging on by a thread. Fuck! Shit! Mike! Now there's a problem. I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm just fucking this up, guys. I'm fucking this up. Stop, please.
I'm right here.
I can't do this. Guys, I can't do this!
He pulls out a revolver. You know what we're gonna call it. I'm right here. Hey, Carm. Hey, can you hear me?
Fuck off my expo set now! Get the fuck off!
Come on, you're better in this place. You're better. I want to set this place on fucking fire. Come on.
Why are you...
Hey, Bear. Let it rip.
Would anyone that's been to fewer than 15 meetings like to speak?
Calling them out.
Straight up. Only like one
Anyone?
of them.
My name's Carmen. My brother's an addict. My brother was an addict. But before I came to Al-Anon, I was a cook. I mean, I'm still a cook. I'm just a different kind of cook, I guess. My brother and I, we would cook a lot together, especially when we were kids. You know, that's when we were closest. Food was always our common ground. We wanted to open a restaurant together. We had a name, we had a vibe, all of it. You know, like when I was a kid, if I was nervous, I was scared, I wouldn't want to do something, he'd always tell me to just face it. You know, get it over with. He would always say, stupid. He would always say, let it rip. And he had this amazing ability. He could walk into a room and he could take the temperature of it instantly. You know, he could dial it. I'm not built like that, man. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I had a stutter when I was a kid. I was scared to speak half the time. And I got shitty grades because I couldn't pay attention in school. I didn't get into college. I didn't have any girlfriends. I don't think I'm funny. I didn't know my brother was using drugs. What does that say? As we got older, I realized I didn't know anything about him. Really. He stopped letting me into the restaurant a couple of years ago. He just cut me off cold. And that hurt, you know? And I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this. And because we had this connection through food, and he had made me feel so rejected and lame and shitty and uncool, I made this plan where I was gonna go work in all the best restaurants in the world. You know, like I'm gonna go work in real kitchens, like fuck mom and dad's piece of shit, right? And it sounds ridiculous, you know, me saying that now, but that's what I did. And I got the shit kicked out of me. And I separated herbs, and I shucked oysters and clams and uni. And I cut myself, and I got garlic and onions and peppers in my fingernails and in my eyes, and my skin was dry and oily at the same time. I had calluses on my fingers from the knives, and my stomach was fucked, and it was everything. I knew which vegetables went together, proteins, temperature, sauces, all that shit. And when somebody new came into the restaurant to stage, I'd look at them like they were a competition, like I'm gonna smoke this motherfucker. I felt like I could speak through the food, like I could communicate through creativity and that kind of confidence. You know, like I was good at something that was so new and that was so exciting, and I just wanted him to know that, and fuck, I just wanted him to be like, good job. And the more he wouldn't respond, and the more our relationship kind of strained, the deeper into this I went and the better I got. And the routine of the kitchen was so consistent and exacting and busy and hard and alive, and I lost track of time, and he died. And he left me his restaurant. That restaurant, it has, and it does mean a lot to people. It means a lot to me. I just don't know if it ever meant anything to him.
That's still one of my favorite scenes, like in the entire series.
Yeah, that's a lot. After sprinkles, it's like there's the whole fucking cake.
Yeah, and it does like it locks you. Like we didn't say a single word
Yeah.
because it like did it so perfect where it was like
You gotta be.
you need to listen to this.
Yeah. And it really feels like someone opening up.
Yeah.
Like,
For the first time.
Yo, Jeff. You know how much I loved him, right?
How much?
A lot. I loved him a lot.
Addicts. No, they say some shit like they gotta help themselves, but I should have fucking handcuffed that motherfucker to the desk.
Feels bad.
You know he was using?
How could you not?
Because I never fucking saw him. I never fucking talked to him. He wouldn't take my calls. He wouldn't let me work in the restaurant.
I should have done more.
What could you do?
I don't fucking know! I never thought he would... You know, he's so loud and obnoxious and fucking hilarious. I mean, he's Mikey Bear. I thought he would pull out of it. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
they just killed a man.
Hey, he hit that boy with the overhand. Bow. That mean overhand left.
Any word?
Nothing yet. We'll let you know the minute he wakes up.
But he's still in the ICU?
Correct.
Like, what happens if he doesn't wake up?
You better wake up.
But I'm saying, what happens if he doesn't?
You'll be looking at manslaughter.
Hey, this is Tiff. Leave a message after the tone.
Hey, sorry. I know it's late. I just, you know. I'm just getting off work. It's been a crazy day. All good, though. You know, I was just thinking about all that shit that went down with your dad, you know, and how I called him when I called him, and you're right, you know, that was not okay, and I'm sorry. You know, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys had a good day. Give Ava a big hug. And, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Okay, good night. You woke up?
You got lucky. You get charged with aggravated assault.
Oh, God, thank you, God.
You're welcome, dickhead.
Yo. Yo, Carm. Hey. Carm.
You okay?
Yeah. You're all I got, cuz.
You really thought he was gonna get stuck in there.
Facts.
That's why he had to call his girl. Say sorry.
Carmen.
Fuck it. That's just bag, bro. It's all good.
Move on.
I'm so sorry, Chef. Happy you're back.
Alright, chef.
Chef.
Carmen,
Yep.
what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is that?
This is my station. This is not respect.
No, Chef, that is not respect.
He's all looking around. Is this real? Is this really happening? And he just watches it burn. All the worries burn with it.
Shit! From me! Sweets!
What the fuck? Are you crazy?
Yo! Hey!
Yo.
Yo!
Yo, fuck.
You all right?
They're all looking at him like he's fucking psychotic.
No, for real. Yeah.
Just watching it burn.
That man was lost in the flames.
He knows exactly where it is.
What is this?
I don't know.
Richie, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. And I didn't really want to give it to you because it meant that he was gone. You know, but,
Stupid.
Let it rip.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Not even a no.
In Somalia, I am grill master.
Oh, shut up, you old bitch.
That's sexist.
That's
Who's that
sexy.
feminist?
I got it today, Chef.
shit right there.
Makes sense.
He said the small cans are better.
Cousin!
Yep.
Why not just pay off his debts?
Help!
He did it for him. He took the loan out for him.
I didn't see it. All right, we got it. It looks like it's supposed to be like that off-white.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
What's,
Sid, quit fucking around. Grab a can opener.
Family style? Two tops, boots?
Danish design. Tasting menu at the bar
Window on the side.
for sandwiches.
Yeah.
Tammy.
Okay.
Show you motherfuckers how it's done.
What do we call it?
KBL.
I'm gonna be honest, that's the one.
You don't get it?
Logically, no, I don't get it. I feel like I must be missing a piece of information. His brother put the money away. That's why he was like, "Oh, KBL, it's the same amount as the loan." But like, why did he take out the loan? I think that's the part where I'm kind of lost.
Because he was going to kill himself. And so he wanted his brother to do what they wanted to do, is make the bear.
The bear. So they were both going to open it up together. Like that was.
So is he gonna just sell this back to the
No.
uncle? Because he owes the uncle $300,000.
Just have to
Yeah,
wait
so
and see.
yeah, that goes into the. You'll get that answer to your question.
In the next season? I don't get it. I don't understand. Explain it to me like I'm 3. What happened? I'm not even
What he
joking.
just said.
Yeah, it's literally what I just said.
Say it again.
So he was going through all this stuff. He was addicted to drugs. And he knew he was going to kill himself. So he decided to get the loan from his uncle. Because if he would have killed himself and never got that loan, they weren't going to give it. He wasn't going to give it to Carmi. He would have got rid of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So he took that loan out so that he can give the place to Carmi and he could find the money and build the bear.
Because the bear was the ultimate goal for both of them.
They wanted, or Carmi and Michael wanted to build their own restaurant, like they said, like he said in the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
But what Mikey did was he let him go off and do his own thing, pretty much, and become like the best chef.
So him leaving the money for him, getting the loan and getting all of that, and then leaving the bear or leaving beef for him, leaving the restaurant for him. He knew like Carmi well enough to know that he would come back and would want to finish the job.
Mm-hmm. And make it better than what it is now. Because he's that type of chef.
Because Michael couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
What don't you get?
It's why did he take out the loan?
To give it to Carmi.
I feel like it just And like,
If he didn't take out the loan, there would be no restaurant.
There would be no restaurant because he knew he was gonna kill himself.
but he's still at a net zero. Like nothing. How did he progress in any way? Shape,
How
or
did
form?
Carmi progress?
Yeah, he still has.
He can make
$0.
Well, that's the thing. He's at a spot where you can make money.
Yes.
So he's investing into the bear, and the bear is gonna be what they make it into.
All that money is going into the bear. That's why at the last little bit they said the beef is closed, the bear is opening soon.
Yeah. So they're just renovating,
And he's still in $300,000 debt.
but he has it. Well, how else is he gonna open a restaurant? You have to be in debt to open up a restaurant,
Yeah, you're already
and he wasn't
minus when you're opening.
The easiest way for him to make the restaurant is for him to get the money from the uncle. Because that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is have their own restaurant.
Like, okay, so put it this way. Without Michael leaving him money, they would just be spinning their wheels in the mud at the beef the entire time.
So is everything that you guys are saying after you watch season 1, you figured that all out?
Well, yeah. I mean,
it tells
you in this season. Like, it tells you. That's why they put that in the beginning. They wanted to make the bear, and then there's pictures of the sketch of a restaurant.
They talk about them. Uncle comes, oh, I love you, bear.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. It's mentioned like a bunch of times, right?
They are the bear.
They are the bear. And then when Carmi was at the alcoholic thing, and he was like, yeah, my brother, like, he always like made me feel confident and like helped me do things, and he would always tell me, he like chuckled, he was like, just said, let it rip. And so that was like the first thing that they showed you when he opened the note was, I love you, dude, let it rip.
I got all that.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like
go ahead and do what.
Let it rip is do the bear.
Yeah, do the bear.
And then on the flip side of that was the little recipe, and then it had the little note about the cans. He opened up the cans, boom.
And I don't know if you remember this, but in the
So
first,
he just took a loan out for him, basically. That's what
Yeah.
you guys are telling me.
so he could make the bear because he knew he wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but the first episode, the very last shot is Carmi. He was making the thing, right? He was making the dish, but he threw away the can.
Yeah.
Like he stopped. So if he would have continued and opened up the can, he would have got the money.
Saw it at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess.
Does it make more sense?
It makes sense, but whatever.
So what do you think?
I mean, the season was good. Episode, minus that ending, which I don't really care for, but maybe just because I didn't understand it.
Well, it's also just the ending of season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that to keep in mind.
But to me, I feel like when I first watched it, I feel like it was the perfect ending to the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like,
I mean, I could see it ending there and nothing else happening.
yeah, like
if they
to-
explained the loan
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that
For me
well,
personally,
they
just
had
for
little
me.
hints of
they
it.
had a lot of hints. Yeah.
I mean, I see like all the connections and all. I know that they've been talking about the bear. I know that there's all those pieces and stuff like that. But like, just to me, the idea of like the loan didn't click. Like, so yeah, like you guys said, he just took out the loan, and then
yeah. And then,
to bring him back, and then he would give him the money anyway. And
It
then
wasn't
whatever.
necessarily like
But-
to bring him back. It was to give him his restaurant that they wanted to do.
they wanted to do. That's the ultimate. That's like the reason. And then if you like remember the conversation that Carmi had with Uncle, right? What did he tell him? He was like, basically like, now you owe me the money.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that like, it didn't tell you much, but it, now seeing all of it, it kind of told him like, Michael owed me all this money, and like now
It's yours.
it's yours. So like you're gonna, you know what I mean?
You have to pay me back somehow.
Yeah, through
The bear. No.
So did the uncle know?
No. Not. Yeah, no.
Anyway, so forget the ending. I didn't like it. The very, very end. The episode, there's a lot of good things about the episode. Like the way it opened up.
Mm.
You know, that was this episode, right? Where he's talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really good. Obviously, like everything that we've been talking about is like little sprinkles, and there's moments every once in a while where it's very genuine and they have time to talk. That compared to everything else that happened, and it's just boom right off the rip.
It was a monologue. It was a monologue.
Yeah. Here he is. Here's how he feels. And it rode on for a while.
Yeah, it was a full monologue.
But
it was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It felt like really genuinely like he was talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that like he was opening up to you, whatever. Like you were locked in when you know what I mean? Like whatever he was saying, you were hearing. And it's almost like, I don't want to say jarring, but like it throws you off, especially coming from him.
It's a mix off the pace.
Yeah.
It takes you off pace a little bit.
And really unexpected, you know? Like, does anyone want to talk? First of all, him like raising his hand was like, oh shit, okay.
That was a huge step.
He's going to go up there, you know what I mean? And then pours out. So that was good. He did a good job. That was well written. And in contrast to everything, at the moment that they chose to do it, they saved that moment, essentially, is how I feel. Right? They give you hints of things here and there, but they saved that moment for the end. So that was really good.
But you just didn't like the end.
You
didn't like it, or you don't like it because you didn't understand it.
Like you don't get like why would you do that? Like why would you? Or is it like you just didn't?
It just seems convoluted to me personally.
To me,
for the way that this show is, you know what I mean? It just
to me it really sums up how much Mikey loved Carmi because like if you remember in the monologue, he left his family.
Yeah.
And he went to go do these things and he kind of got disconnected from everything. And like he didn't really talk to Mikey that much towards the end. He didn't know he was using, you know?
Yeah.
So like there was a separation, and that's why he said that he wanted to fix whatever. That's why he was going to the beef, because he felt like it was fixing whatever was wrong with their relationship.
Yeah.
But in reality, nothing was wrong.
To me,
he gave him what they wanted to do because he loved him, and he was just happy that he became what he is.
Yeah. So like him doing it, I can see so many parallels from here and there, why it makes sense and stuff like that. And like, oh, we've been talking about this whole time with their family, how they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to talk to each other.
They've never been able to.
Even when they sit there saying, I want you to, they still can't. Even in the moment when he had this letter, I thought, oh, maybe he's going to call his sister. No, he texted Sydney, right? At the end of the day, they can't do it.
That was kind of like his way of like getting out of that moment for a second.
And so I can see why, maybe, he really loved, Carmen. He wanted to do this and that for him, but he just couldn't tell him. He couldn't go to him and do it. So he went and did all this other stuff, that took out the loan. I can see the motivation, and I understand why the brother would want to do that and choose to do it that way instead of being more upfront and, communicative with his brother. But it just, I don't know. It comes off like romance novel levels of like absurdity to me at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, compared to the way the rest of the season is, I can see that, but like how absurd it is, like
I feel like
a bunch of money.
It's like at the end of the Goonies. Oh, we found the treasure.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean. And I didn't feel like that's what I was watching the entire season.
But the majority of the season, they talk about that loan. It's, it's in
they talk about
the
it
back
a lot.
of your head
Yeah.
a lot of the time. And like in that last episode, he's asking like, what is KBL? Like, you know,
and
they
then they
show you what KBL is.
Yeah.
Everything, like, yeah, it's like that wouldn't happen in real life because this is a show. And everything led up to it. Everything was connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it made total sense to me.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too, like speaking about how the family in general, they don't really speak about their feelings. They don't really they're not vulnerable with each other. Even him bailing Richie out was like, they didn't speak about it. Like, it was like he bailed him out and then
just carried on.
Like, he asked like, oh, where'd you get the money? And he just told him like super quick. And he was just like, thank you, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, basically like, don't mention it. Like, and it just moved on. You know what I mean? So it's like you could tell like the parallel between that and then what Michael did for Carmi. Like, you could tell how much they love and care about each other, but
they can't say it.
They can't say it, but they'll do certain acts where it clearly shows, like, no matter how much Carmi and cousin argue and this and that, like, he'll do that, no problem, and then sleep at the station and wait till the morning. You know what I mean? And it's like nothing.
Yeah. And I can see like it goes beyond just him and Richie. Like, obviously now it's the same way. Him and Sid sort of have a similar thing.
Right.
Marcus just comes back and they're just like, we're good, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how his relationships are in his life, it seems.
Yeah. I think the thing that I really kind of like thought about with Michael and Carmi was like, because obviously he's the older brother, right? Yeah. I feel like Michael knew how much potential Carmi had, and that's why he didn't want him to work in the shop.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I got.
Yeah, and like
a while, like
because he didn't want him to get stuck.
He didn't want him to get stuck, and he didn't want him around his mess. Like, Michael knew how much of a mess he was, that he was like, I don't even want you around this. But even through all that, you go and do your own thing. I never wanted you to work with me in the shop because of my mess and the mess with our family and this and that. But you're still going to go create the bear.
Yeah.
Like, throughout all the mess that our families dealt with, this, that, the third, I'm still going to make it possible for you to go and do what we said we wanted to do. Even if we can't do it together, it's going to be done.
Mm-hmm. And if he never took that loan out, it would never been done.
Never, yeah.
Because the uncle would have never gave Carmi money to do it.
Mm-mm.
He would have got rid of the shop. Because like you said, they were going to be just spinning their wheels.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything else?
Season 1, under wraps. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I will say that scene in the beginning where he like opens up, like I knew like when I was watching, I was like, he's probably gonna get an Emmy for that. Yeah. And then he did.
Yeah.
And they still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fire. I really enjoy the show.
Yeah, I think overall, the season, I mean, it was really good. It's a really good show. They build up to things a lot. And even though I don't really like the whole fucking money in the can thing, I mean, it is set up, like you said.
Yeah.
Right. The pieces
Throughout
are
the
all
show.
there.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Like,
it's
it doesn't just pop up all
yeah.
of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just some random fucking. So yeah, okay, it's not as bad as the Treasure in the Goonies, but even in the Goonies, like
It's
it does lead up
but
still even in there.
Yeah,
but
I understand like how it's like just like jarring a little.
Yeah.
that I think that just took me out in the sense of like that's not what the show felt like the whole time. For that to happen, it does line up with things that are given to you.
Yeah.
But the tonality of the show, I felt like
the reality of it, like
So
like how that's kind of like what's that phrase where you say like turn off your brain or something?
Oh, the something of
But it's kind of like that, right?
what
suspension of belief.
Yeah,
or-
like on that, I feel like you kind of have to.
just yeah. What so in this you might not be able to answer it, but if you were to make that exact same thing happen, just the situation of Michael leaving money or somehow some way like he had a loan and he's leaving it for Carmi to create the bear. Like instead of it being presented in that way, like what type of way would you have thought to do it?
No idea, because I would.
That's why I say I don't know if you could.
I would have never, like,
He would have never left money for him.
maybe not left money for him, but like, I don't know. It would have like. I have no idea how I would have said that, because that idea in that way, like is so far left for me. The way it popped out was like, I can't even.
What did you think the ending would be for this season?
For this season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, just them kind of like pulling themselves together.
Yeah.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gritty, the whole show.
Yeah.
Right? And I just figured fucking they would figure it out. Maybe not entirely, but enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the wheels are rolling now. We got this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's not figured out. Our problems aren't gone, but we got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a great show. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely does a good job with moments with each character.
Character development is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And I think it does a good job of switching up who they're ISOing, right?
No, yeah, they do ISOs like
Yeah.
so good.
They
so
give
good.
different characters different moments with each other.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole thing, I think it's consistently
It's cohesive.
little moments with big impacts
Yeah.
up until the point where it's big moments.
Yeah. I like the fact that all the ISOs don't take away from the story. And like low key, all the ISOs like connect to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like
Well, they're all building on themselves.
That's what I'm saying. They're all ISOs.
So like,
but
let's
they're
take
all
for example,
moving in a positive direction.
When Sydney finally tells something positive to Tina, and that changes how Tina views things.
Yeah.
So now Tina has an ISO with Richie.
Yeah. Or even
And then she's those same attitudes that she
Yeah.
got from her interaction with Sydney, she's putting out.
or even just right back towards Sydney. Like Sydney was struggling and she, are you good? Like,
Yeah.
are you okay? And then that brings me to Carmi and Richie. Like he bailed him out, right? Flip a few more scenes later and Carmi's over there tripping, or not tripping, just staring into the fire. And
That's massive,
and Richie's like, yo, like,
Good.
you good? He didn't say anything other than that, but you could tell like the way he was looking at him was like he was concerned. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's going on? Are you good? Like, it's like a complete just
Like,
Back and
it's-
forth.
I mean, it's funny too, because like you said with like the can,
yeah,
if he would have done it earlier, he would have found out. If he would have given that letter
earlier.
a lot earlier, they would have found out.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like there are little things that are hinting at it. They're there, right? Stuff that's, you know.
But everything happens for a reason. Like,
yeah.
like the stuff with Sydney and all that, like, kind of. I'm not gonna say.
See,
Yeah, we
way
can
too far ahead, bro.
But
We're in
like-
season
but,
one.
like, things happen for a reason, and
Yeah.
things change. Certain people.
Okay, but not knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know those reasons yet.
So okay, so
So for what reason?
without thinking about like any reasons or anything like that, like turning off that like side of my knowledge of the show, I remember the part that I wouldn't say it was like my favorite part, but a part that I thought was kind of cool was like when she did walk in and they were like had all the money on, right? And
He just tells her to grab
like
the
they,
can opener.
yeah, well, no, Carmi and Sid, they were like riffing with each other about plans for like
Yeah.
The
the rest. Yeah,
yeah.
and it was like they just like went right into it. Like it wasn't like a, oh, let's talk about this. Like it was just like
They knew.
this, that, that. Ooh, oh yeah, and this and it, and then she was just like, okay, like it was like a mutual understanding of like shit's about to change.
Yeah.
And without, again, like nobody really talks about their feelings. Nobody really talks about like anything other than that. It was just like there was no, like, obviously he texted her sorry, but like there was no, they just riffed about a restaurant and she said okay, and
That's how she got back in.
that was, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was pretty cool. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it every episode consistently gives you the same thing and not the same thing.
They give
You know
you
what I'm
they give you more.
Every episode
Yeah.
feels brand new, it feels different, but it gives you, it's like staples.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like the like theme of every like every episode has its own kind of like theme, but it fits into the bigger scheme,
Yeah.
the bigger theme of the entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like small circles for each episode.
and then
Right.
you zoom
And
out.
then the season has one large circle.
Yeah,
You know? But yeah, I don't know, that's it. I think it's really good. Give or take, one little thing, I think. But
hey, it's a show.
Yep.
We the popcorn poppies, bro. You got to have some type of opinion.
Yeah. There's only more to come.
Yep.
yeah. We'll see how the rest ends up. Who is it?
Me. Thank you guys for watching. That was the first season of The Bear. Second and third seasons are coming soon.
Yes, sir.
What would you rate this first season?
That's a good question.
You guys go first.
For me, damn, I'm trying to like not think about the other seasons.
I give it an 8.
I gotta go with a 9. Yeah,
No, I give it a 9.
solid 9.
I'll give it a 9 because I didn't like how it ended.
solid
but
9.
The rest of it, I feel like really no complaints.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I think this is like, if not like my first or second favorite show of all time, and that ending was perfect, Carlos. But yeah, I love this show. It's really good, written really good, filmed really good. But yeah, more seasons to come.
Yes, sir.
Did we just run out?
No, we're good. All right, see you guys. Peace.
Peace.